Looks pretty good, doesn't it? There's one obvious flaw, and that's in the silk screen. If I zoom in a bit, there are these lines which break up the silk screen. There's one big one, it runs all the way from top to bottom. There's a hint of a third one that's not really done properly, and as you can see, it lines up exactly, well, the first one does, where the silk screen of this LED is. So I'm hoping it's just a one-off flaw and it's not something in design, and when I go and order some more it will be okay. But I will contact JLC PCB and ask about them. Now there's another flaw, and that's totally my fault. It's not really good to see on this one, so let me grab another one. Remember when I designed the pads for the brooch clip? I forgot one important thing, and that is to make a hole in the solder mask. So now the pads are there, you can see that when you hold it at a bit of an angle. The pads are there, but because there's solder mask over it, unlike these pads, I can't solder to it. Now this is actually pretty easily fixable. There's one crucial step I forgot to do in EasyEDA. Let me show you. So here we are in EasyEDA. At this moment I'm editing the bottom layer, so you're seeing an inverse of what you're actually going to see when it's manufactured. Now I drew the pads using this solid region, something like this, and when that's done, you now have a copper solid region on your bottom layer, or if you do it on your top layer, it's on your top layer. The crucial step I forgot is to make a hole in the bottom solder mask layer, which is over here. As you can see, let me turn off the bottom layer. So we're now at the bottom solder mask layer, and this is actually a negative of what's eventually going to end up on the PCB. So when you don't see something, like in this case a solid region, there is going to be solder mask. The shapes or whatever you draw on this layer will end up as holes in the solder mask. Now I could just copy these pads over to the bottom solder mask layer, but there's another function in EasyEDA which does that for you. If you highlight something you want to be exposed, in this case this bit of copper, I go to expose copper, click on it, and now it added the hole in the bottom solder mask layer. So that's one crucial step I forgot, and it's pretty much useless. But in the meantime I was talking to a colleague of mine, and he said, well, a badge, that's cool, you wear that once, maybe just for laughs, and then it ends up in a drawer somewhere and you never see it again. He said, I collect fridge magnets, and he has a fridge full of them, all magnets from different places, things he went to, gifts, and his whole fridge is full of them. So I thought, why not make a fridge magnet out of it? So at first maybe it still lights up and it's fun to watch, and after a while it stops working, but now it's still a fridge magnet, and it will be a topic of conversation for many years to come.